Well, this is 2 cents of nonsense, where these guys, us guys, you guys, we're all dudes, guys, give our 2 cents about a bunch of nonsense and give our nonsense about a bunch of 2 cents, and the exchange goes back and forth, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is that guy, I'm this guy.
It's time to do the thing.
Things are gonna be done. Alright. First up, we will battle to the death, metaphorically. And we have a little nice jar here that, you're always so ready to go,
me out, man.
Always so ready to go.
Trying to play the Jedi mind trick. I see what you're doing.
And whoever loses, best out of 3 in rock, paper, scissors, has to pick out of that jar. That jar tells us to do random things. It's a magical, mystical jar of wonder.
A whole bunch of magic in there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you ready?
You have to break between threes,
Okay.
alright? You had to break between threes. Alright.
Well, that took long enough. My hands hurt.
Kind of mad about this. Been winning way too much lately, man. Alright.
Oh, I was Jedi mind tricking you.
That was rough. I was trying to... had me in a chokehold there for a second. Alright. What is your favorite color?
And you got the easiest one.
Aquamarine.
Told you it was easy.
No, that's not my favorite color. I like. I'm sorry.
Never heard of it.
It's green. Green. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yes.
Oh man, that's a hard question.
This guy.
Because color's not real, it's just perception. But my favorite...
Color is real. It's defined by us.
Yeah.
It's as real as an inch is real.
How do you know that green is not green?
How do you know an inch is an inch?
How do you know that we are not here? Or that we are here?
Now that's getting into the whole... I don't really try to think about that, mainly because I can't prove that it's true that we're here. We can't. It's impossible.
I guess we should all get IDs then.
Real IDs?
Fake. Who can prove that they're real?
The regular IDs should now be called fake IDs, since the real IDs are the real IDs. That's what I say.
Yeah. If you don't know about real IDs, look them up.
They're bad for your country, I think. You think so?
Yeah, they suck. Alright, well, let's get down into business.
Business. So what's happened lately in the business world?
I don't know. I've learned how to swindle people out of not telling them my favorite color.
Wait a second.
Ha ha. That's what happens when you swindle people.
At least you were honest. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have. That was too harsh there.
No. But mine would have to be a blue if I had to pick any color.
Blue?
If I had to pick any color.
Do you like all the colors equally?
Yeah. Color's cool.
Color's pretty
I
nice.
like seeing color.
Yeah.
This is a nice place we got here.
Pretty good.
Might put smog or something like that. Who knows?
Yes. Did you know?
No, I didn't.
I do have a thing. So, supposedly, and I don't have any proof, you might want to look this up, but supposedly, the pollution in China, the insane, crazy amounts of pollution, the big smog stuff and everything, has, dwindled dramatically due to due to people not being dwindled dramatically. Excuse me.
Apparently, NASA said.
NASA said it.
I believe, or some from satellite. I don't know.
Is it true though?
Let's find out.
Or at least it's true as you can find out on the internet.
It's on CNBC, BBC.
What? So the
The
BBC
Times of
is telling
Israel.
it? If the BBC is telling it to us, it must be the gospel. So what does it actually say? Like
Apparently
there's a crap ton of stuff. What does it mean?
It means that nobody is outside farting. That is the productions and stuff.
Like what kind? Is there numbers? Is there any numbers or anything?
Who cares about numbers when you have photos?
Pictures.
You can't scroll through numbers.
I want to see numbers.
There's numbers. 0 to 500. I'm a scientist.
NO2 density. That's it. Right there. I'm convinced. That does seem like a very drastic change. I wonder how drastic that really is, though. You know, I hear that's what the lungs look like when you quit smoking.
That's cool, man.
All right.
Yes.
So.
Your lungs look like China.
Pre or post coronavirus China?
No,
That shit.
China.
They have like super awesome, like, you know, red flag stars.
Yeah, yeah. So we talked about the coronavirus
Yes.
in another video already.
Yes.
But I wouldn't doubt if coronavirus has been here
That's what a lot of people are saying.
since before, like in December, if it started to make its way here already.
They say that the what's that called? Gestation. What's it called? When it's like the first cycle where the incubation period is so long compared to like the flu and stuff.
It's like 21 days.
It'd be like, it can't be that long.
Yeah.
It's like 9 days, sure. No way, it's 21. That's insane.
Yeah.
Because if it's that's, I don't know how they would track that in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. And we still don't really have tests for it here. So how do we know this thing hasn't been going around forever? Doctors have just been like, oh yeah, you got pneumonia. Or yeah, you got the flu.
It would make for a lot of people with normal flu shots getting it pretty quick, though.
We talked a little bit about the FAA last time.
Yeah.
My discomfort with them.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty discomforted. You know who else sucks? The FCC.
Yeah. I don't like the FCC. They hurt my feelings a lot.
I don't have a cool acronym for them, but
I do.
well, reverse acronym.
So we did talk about the FAA last time.
Yeah.
And they're a regulatory committee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or an association. And they, in my opinion, you know, I'm libertarian, and I don't speak for any other libertarian.
I'm not a real libertarian, bro.
I don't care what you say. Alright. Alright, so here. I think, me personally, I don't speak for other people, that a lot of these regulatory committees are, you know, pretty much just places for lobbyists to hang out and
What?
yeah, and the government, you know, might let them do some stuff.
Lounge.
It's the teacher's lounge. We aren't allowed in the teacher's lounge, bro. Are we? You think I'm gonna sneak in the teacher's lounge? I'm gonna get me some of them donuts.
It's
Do
the
it.
teacher's lounge.
I'm sneak in there, get some of them donuts. But if you get caught, just this. But so essentially, I've said essentially like fucking 10 times.
So
So
that's what I say. I say
so.
so.
So
Jolly good.
jolly good. All right.
FCC won't let me be.
That's right. And I think the FCC goes out of their way to do stuff for a lot of these monopolies. But let's go ahead and talk about that whole, at least one person that was a part of that lobbying thing. Guess who's the chairman of the FCC? That's a person I really don't like. That's right. Do you know his name?
No.
It's Ajit Pai. That's right. Ajit Pai. Good.
Ajit?
Ajit.
It's Ajit.
Ajitpai. He's a smug. I don't like him.
It sounds like some new slang.
Yeah, I know, man. But
Ajit Pai, son.
So Ajit Pai. So Ajit Pai, guy's a real piece of work. Used to be a lobbyist. Yeah, for big telecoms, which are ISPs, internet service providers. You'd probably recognize them by the names of Comcast. You'd recognize them by Spectrum. Those are your ISPs, right? The guys that give you internet. So
I know that guy. Yeah.
I know, yeah. So that's that smug.
Okay.
Yeah, that with the orange Reese's mug all the time and everything like that.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Can't stand that guy. So this guy. There's a bunch of reasons I don't like this guy. The guy who is the Trump-appointed chairman of the FCC. There's a bunch of things that happen, but I'll go ahead and go through a couple of them real quick, just to remind you guys what future we live in. So this guy, the chairman of the FCC that Trump appointed, since been in office, has done a lot of things. Not just going from lobbying for the companies, he's actually moved on to being the guy getting, swayed and making regulatory, decisions for these guys that are essentially monopolies. Yeah. Monopolies, right? So let's go ahead and go through it. I gotta get rid of that one. So let's start with the first thing that got him noticed by me. Ajit Pai, a long time ago, when he first started, he made a decision that said internet service providers, ISPs like Comcast, the guys he used to lobby for, can now collect and sell your browsing data. Now, this happened all the way back in April of, before April of 2017. This was in the works.
Was he the commissioner then or whatever?
Yeah, it's right after Trump put him in. The first thing he does is he says that your phone company, because they give you internet too, right?
Yeah.
Your phone company can sell your browsing data directly from the horse's mouth, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're selling your private browsing data. You go to weird, rocksculptures.com, then they see you.
Yeah.
They see it. Not shaming anybody who's into weird rock sculptures. I like some of them. There's some cool weird rock sculptures out there.
There's always something down the road and like that. I want a big giant.
Think about it, man. Or like when you're camping and there's like the ones that the people like stack, like rocks. You're not into those types of weird rock. Well, hey, each their own,
So you're going to bounce some rocks?
Yeah, I get excited about those, man. Yeah. All right, so this guy. He's a real a-hole, because the first thing he does is he does this. And me personally, I like privacy and things like that. This wasn't okay before. This was against the rules that they did this. But Ajit Pai's like, oh no, my homie's over there at the Comcast and everything. Nah, they can totally sell your data. So there's that. And that's sold, by the way, not being held by some government that I'm sure is going to keep it safe and nobody would ever leak. But, that. Starting out. So, secondly, after a while in there, he's done a couple other things. One of the things that bothered me a lot after finding out who this guy was is that, Bernie's son, But Bernie Sanders, feel the burn, Dude does some cool stuff. He's not just 100% communist all the time, right? So he and a couple other senators decided to write this guy. Senators, mind you, decided to write this guy and say, hey, look, there's these things called stingrays or cell site simulators, which spy on people's cell phone calls and text messages and also the internet traffic too that goes through there. They're real. They're there. But the senators, they wrote him a letter saying that not only was this not cool, but also that it disproportionately affects communities of color. And it negatively affects communities of color. And they wrote him this letter, and he was like, whatever, bro. Let me see if there's a headline or something right here.
So whatever, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
There it is.
Whatever.
Here's one.
Brony.
Whatever, brony. But essentially, FCC shrugs at fake cell towers around the White House. And there's a picture of him right there. A very funny picture. Turns out, Jeep Pie was serious last year when he told lawmakers that the FCC didn't want anything to do with cybersecurity. Right? But essentially, again, I say it. I need to stop saying that word. I need to find better words. When lawmakers formally asked a Jeep Pie and the FCC to investigate the DHS confirmation of unauthorized cell towers in use, Pie gave them the brush off.
Yeah.
Like, let's go ahead and get.
Why not?
Oh, let's go ahead and keep that going too. So if it's not just corporations that get to have the data, it's also the government. And I just wanted to recap that. You know what that means? That means that federal wiretapping laws of old are gone.
Yeah. They're setting major precedents.
Federal wiretapping laws, just 10 years ago, 15 years ago, federal wiretapping laws were real. No more than 10 years ago. But 15 years. Well, I was alive during a time where federal wiretapping laws were laws to protect people and their privacy.
Well, nowadays they use the Constitution to give government abilities instead of using the Constitution to restrain government.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But this guy, this Ajit Pai guy, is right here in the center of it,
Yeah, working for the administration that the Socialist FDR made.
And it kills competition. It's bad for the economy that you have these monopolies and all this buying and crap. It's bad for the economy. It's wrong.
You can't have a radio-controlled toy without the FCC stamp on it.
That's right. And you know how they get that? You get that stamp because they got to go pay the dough for that stamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's wrong. Well, in my opinion, a lot of it's wrong. Maybe there's some good stuff in there. Most of it isn't. It stifles innovation. It stifles...
Yeah, nothing that the states couldn't handle.
Yeah, it's nothing that the states couldn't handle.
I mean, oh no, your...
It's ridiculous.
Your CB got onto my CB. You're in a different state. We'll never work this out.
Yeah, right? No, I mean, at the end of the day...
10-4.
At the end of the day, maybe we could have some federal stuff about, like, super long stretch and stuff like ham radio and stuff like that, which we do. But... there's a reason, because you don't want to go making your country look like a fool.
The only law you would have is protecting the people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Just saying, hey, you can't do this.
Yeah.
The government's not here to say, hey, we get to do this.
I mean, and again, I do have, a couple opinions. I think we should walk in the right direction. But in a utopia, that would never be needed. You know what I mean? Like, the utopia, it would only be the government, you're protecting
Well, in a utopia,
the
there wouldn't
people's
be
rights.
a government.
Well, I mean, the social contract would be the government.
It would be socialism.
Well, it would
Well,
still
actually, pure communism.
I don't know. That communism's forced. But let's go
Not
back to
in a
this.
utopia.
Well, yeah, because they don't have to be forced. But the only thing that stops socialism from being communism is that the fact that it's not forced. So there's that. So I hit on a couple topics. So let's talk about some more reasons
We'll
this
talk
guy.
about that later.
Yeah, there's some more reasons this guy's terrible, right?
Yeah, of course. I know.
So this guy's not. I'm not done. I got a list,
I know.
and then I had to keep it short. Like I have a lot of reasons why this guy just it really irks me, and I love America, and I think that he's ruining it. You know what I'm saying? He's actively ruining it.
But he's just like a lower ranking general, isn't it?
Yeah, but you gotta have a face. You gotta have a face. So today I'm picking on this guy.
Okay.
Right. So, also, this is another thing this guy did. Right. So the corporations, the cell phone corporations, those telecoms, those ISPs,
Yeah.
cell phone corporations were illegally selling location data from cell phones. Illegally selling location data.
Okay.
And Ajit Pai was like, yeah, don't worry about it during the shutdown. Wait until the shutdown's over, then we'll go ahead and deal with it. He was like, we're going to go ahead and let you keep doing that. Don't stop. We're not telling you have to stop yet. You can keep doing it until the shutdown's over, and then we're going to have to talk to the courts. So go ahead and grab up as much of that as you can while you can. It's the strike while the iron's hot. That's one of the things he did, that really irked me. Let's see. Oh, here's another one about how, he helps, I was telling you that it's bad for competition and it's bad for all that, and it's good for monopolies, what this guy does.
Yeah.
And even more proof that it's good for monopolies is that he made quite a few decisions that were unfairly helping Sinclair Broadcasting.
What?
Like a bunch. And that's like the biggest monopoly. One of the biggest monopolies on the news.
All right. So, this is our 11th episode of 2 Cents of Nonsense.
Yep.
In our 10th episode, we did a little thing we do called Name That President.
Yep.
And if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Yes.
I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Super dope. There's explosions, dinosaurs, pew pews.
Now, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it now. Go ahead. Watch it now.
No, it
was way too late.
Yeah, it's getting there.
I think I should start all that over. It was very slurry.
Right, let's try it again.
Not even intoxicated or nothing.
I know, man.
So, in our last video, episode 10, in episode 10, we did Name That President. And in Name That President, we named some presidents.
Did we?
No,
Oh, because that's the game.
we gave some clues, man.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen any clues, go check out episode 10. Don't watch any further because we're about to name that president.
Naming the president now. That president.
Yes. So, he
Was it
died.
my president? It was your president.
He died on the same day that Thomas Jefferson died.
Died on the same day. Okay.
Do you remember another one?
It was Thomas Jefferson.
It was not Thomas Jefferson.
Alright. Not Thomas Jefferson. It was a good guess though. 50-50 shot. Let's see here. So who was that president?
It was John Adams.
John Adams.
John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy Adams.
Yes.
That's the second president.
It is.
So like that's a bad shot. That's some big shoes to fill right there. Second to George Washington's, successor. Look at his fucking hair though, man.
It's
what is
awesome.
that about? What? I mean,
it's about amazement.
You think he picked up chicks like that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's John Adams. Yeah. Do you think he powdered his hair? Because it's pretty white. Maybe it's just white.
It looks like he powdered everything. So, John Quincy Adams, our second president, was named that president.
Second president.
I think we should do a call it nonsense.
He was also the first vice president of the United States.
He was.
So this guy, he's got some presidential.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. 1, 2, and he's out of there. All right.
It's time for Call It Nonsense.
Call it nonsense.
Where we say 4 statements, 4 headlines, if you'd say nowadays, right? Be like 4 headlines, but one of them is false.
So we got 4 bullet points, right?
4 bullet points.
It's 4? I thought we did 3. Is it 4? So
yeah, 3 clues for name that president.
All right. So we got 4 bullet points.
4 bullet points.
And 4 of those things are nonsense, probably. But
it's all nonsense.
Only one of these things is a lie. Right?
One of them is a lie.
One of them's a lie.
Call It Nonsense begins now. You do first. You go ahead.
Oh, man. So here's one. Microsoft and IBM signed an ethics code agreement that was provided them presented them by the Pope himself. AI ethics, man. And
by the Pope himself?
Vatican for life, bro. This is the name of the place.
Vatican for life is the name of this place.
Yeah, Vatican for life. You know what I mean?
That's the place that gave them.
So okay, so and essentially, I guess, boiled down, they both signed this agreement to be ethical.
For ethics.
Ethical.
So
the good algorithm.
Recap here. The Vatican, like the Vatican.
Pope man, Pope, big Pope hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big Pope, Big P energy.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
Microsoft and IBM come together, and they're like, we need ethics in this.
Yeah, and you know who wasn't there? Google or Facebook or Amazon or just Microsoft, IBM, and the Pope. Everybody else was like, what are y'all doing over there? Yeah.
I don't know if I could see the Vatican dropping that off to him.
Yeah, man, and not only that, let me tell you. He was like, Pope for life. Or Vatican for life, yeah. But same thing. Vatican for life. No. Got that shit out.
That's definitely not true. That part is definitely not true.
Yeah, so the Pope was like, Vatican Academy for life.
Okay. He just addressed them.
The Pope was like, Vatican Academy for life. I've had like 4 takes of that in there. You gotta massage it a little bit.
We'll see what happens. Alright, I got one. Water will boil without added heat in a vacuum in a vacuum chamber.
But aren't vacuums cold and stuff like that? Usually, like, isn't that how they like hit sub-zero temperatures? Because they have to like stop the.
But don't hit sub-zero temperatures.
Not sub-zero, but like to try to hit like absolute zero. Doesn't it have to be like in a vacuum? I think it does. I don't know. So I think it's bullshit. I think that's bullshit.
Water just start going. Blah, 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 blah.
So you're saying that in a
If it's a vacuum,
water's gonna boil
at room temperature.
at room temperature. All right.
Maybe.
All right. So, is that on me? So, I got one for you. Crickets. Crickets, man. Bugs. Crickets.
Crickets.
Have more protein per pound. Per pound.
Crickets.
Than beef.
Okay.
And people starving out here. Crickets. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Annoy you. Stop you from going to sleep. More protein in there.
More protein than
beef. That's right.
Per ounce.
Per ounce. By weight. By weight.
Per half ounce.
Yes. So that's mine. I've done mine too.
It's nice. It's very nice. So, fact for you. I'm going to go ahead and call it out. Earth is the third largest planet in our solar system.
We got a lot of smaller planets. We got like Pluto and that. Well, is that still a planet? There's a lot of smaller planets.
Okay, hold on. Yeah.
Or is there? I don't know, dude. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. That's very.
Earth is the third largest planet in our solar system.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I do not know, bro.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Do you know? Comment down below.
The future knows.
Subscribe.
Google it, maybe.
Subscribe.
That's cheating.
Here.
If you Google it, it's cheating.
If you Google it, it's cheating. You gotta like do it like right now. Now.
Alright, man.
2 cents. Nonsense. Where else?